You look like you sneezed too hard and the middle like hairs just fucking flew off your face.
Nice. Hello and welcome to the What the Nuck podcast, the podcast for Canucks fans. I'm your host, Raddy, alongside my good friends and co-hosts, Prabby and Gunny. Well, boys, the Canucks fell to the Kraken tonight at a score of 4-3. They are now 12-5-1, which is still a very good record. But because of these last two losses they've had against the Flames and now the Kraken, is worry setting in for you guys? Are you guys okay? And you guys just think it's the schedule? Prabby, you go first.
I want to say, I think you need to find more consistency. We've done this intro twice. And first time you said Gunny first. And this time you said me first. I just want some more consistency. Let's keep it professional.
I like
But
it. It
Shut
keeps me on
up.
my toes, makes me pay attention.
Give me your
I'm honestly I'm not worried. Not yet. We haven't lost, I think, 3 games in a row all season. So
Yep.
that's a nice change up. If it hits the 3 mark, then I'll probably get worried. But there's some stuff creeping in to their play that is not worrisome yet. But if I see it again next game, I'm gonna be, especially against the Sharks, I'm
I was
gonna
gonna
be
say
pulling out some
especially against
hairs.
the Sharks.
Yeah.
At least the next game is against the Sharks. That is always a
Don't say it
treat.
like that
treat.
though.
Hey, the Sharks aren't a real team.
We're gonna get pumped.
No, the
Jeez.
Oilers got pumped by them because the Oilers goddamn suck. But we are not losing to the Sharks. We're also missing Carson Soucy. So this was like the first,
Yep.
real injury. You have to expect it's going to happen at some point in the season. That's why teams want to run that deep D-core. And that's why we've been looking for a defenseman, which maybe we'll get to that at the end of the pod. But they're also the schedule is pretty brutal. I'm not gonna lie, and it's not like everyone gets troublesome schedules, but like Quinn Hughes is rocking. I haven't looked at his ice times, but it's over 25 minutes and probably almost close to 30 in some games.
Yeah.
And you can tell that like the guy's got the stamina for days. But even he's had a couple of juicier turnovers than he's used to. So I think it's just the schedule kind of getting to them. And it's a little bit of regression, but that's fine. Like it's expected. Not everything's going to hit. I don't know if Seattle they just crowd that net. They just somehow just stand in front and block every single shot. And we like to stick to the outside. So it was like we couldn't get them to break down. And then we get that cross crease that we usually look at.
It was a frustrating watch to see them try to get into the offensive zone. Like again, yeah, credit where credit is due. The Seattle Kraken played a very good defensive game, and that's obviously how they play their game. Yeah, I'm not worried at all, boys. Like again, a 12-5-1 record is amazing as is. They've already had 3 back-to-backs Vancouver, okay? And let me just say this, okay? So Wednesday, Sunday night, they beat Montreal, right? They fly back home. They get a couple days rest. Then they play the Islanders at 7. That game finishes at probably like 10-ish or so, and they probably don't get out of the arena till like 11 or something. I don't know when they took their flight, but the next game against Calgary on Mountain Time at 6 p.m. in Calgary, that's less than 24 hours to get ready and prepared for a game, right? Then they got to fly back to Vancouver to play against the Kraken. And again, BX just said this too, so it's not just me. The Vancouver always has shit schedules to start the year. This is the first year in a while where they've actually started out at home, and I think this week is just a little bit of fatigue setting in. Again, our boys Pedersen, Hughes, and Miller are tied for first with 28 points. Again, this team is incredible still. This is just a little bit of a bump in the road, and I agree with your point there, Gunny, in that it's nice that we do have the Sharks coming up. Obviously, you still have to play a full 60. You can't take any team in this league light, but it's nice that they get this
You
game
can play
for
a
Monday
partial
to
15
reset.
against the Sharks, man. The Sharks are awful. I'm not going to say the boys need to play a full 60. We're already talking about the schedule is tough and everything. If the boys want to take a night off, it's the Sharks game. Don't even worry about that one.
No. I disagree with that completely, because if you take, like, I don't know, you could still win that game against the Sharks by playing a partial 15, as you said, or whatever the hell you said. But they play Colorado the next game, and if you're going to take a team light, you're going to get smoked by Colorado. So let's not do that. Let's play a full 60 like we did last time, win 10-1, and then smoke the Colorado Avalanche. That's how you go about it.
it's a good way to get back on the right track, especially if the fact they get to play the Sharks. I think that's quite fortunate. Back to your point about the boys being fatigued. It was what 5 games and 8 nights in 5 different cities.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Yeah, it was a
tough.
lot of travel, which was the issue.
And now we're coming up on 5 games and 8 nights. I don't know how many of them are at Rogers Arena in Vancouver, but we're in for a tough stretch of games, and it's nice. I think we play the Sharks twice over the next 5 games.
Yeah, that's right.
So if there's any team that can get the Canucks back on the right track, it's playing the Sharks.
Yeah, the next week ahead here is Monday Sharks, Wednesday Avalanche. They got Friday Kraken, and then they finish off with the back-to-back against the Sharks on Saturday night.
That's another one.
Yeah,
Another one. That's
our
so
fourth
dumb.
back-to-back. Shout out to Rachel on Twitter. She posted again that the Oilers don't have a back-to-back until December 22nd. That'll be our fourth back-to-back, and it's not even December yet.
Well, the others need every little bit of help they can get.
Fun times.
I guess so.
Fun times. Jeez. Okay, so we're playing the Kraken again. You said on Friday.
Yeah, on Friday the 24th.
Okay. Win that game, all is forgiven. I'll forget about this one. They looked funky. Like there was a stench to them. And
Yeah. You know what I did
like,
like though from this game? There was still that back check. The boys are tired, but
Yep.
that back check was still all there. Like I think Pete had
mhm.
a really nice one. Miller on that PK was diving out. Like the efforts
Tyler Myers
still
on the
there.
2-on-1.
Yeah.
Hey, the
Tyler
team's
Myers in the
got it.
second, man. He came back. That was
And the
good.
boys didn't give up either, That
No,
play that play that they had off the face off at center ice right after the 4-3 goal.
Oh yeah.
to Hoglander.
Money. Money.
Yeah, yeah.
Hoglander was ready
Hoglander.
to shoot out there. Like this guy looked prepped. He looked like Usain Bolt at the starting line, ready. And it was a great play. Like
Oh,
I
it
know
everyone
it's a
was,
should have
yeah.
a
great play.
chance.
But I think Shorty said he's got to get it on net. My thing is Broski, just get it low. Just shoot it low. Like, why is
Yeah.
he trying to pick the corner from out there? If it goes in, you're a fucking hero. But if it doesn't go in, then everybody's be like, all right, I understand
Here,
why Talkett's. I honestly shout out to Talkett though, because Hoglander did that, and I think everybody who was watching the game was like, why would you go for that shot? Talkett put him right back out there to
yeah.
finish off the game. So,
Well, he is actually
Well,
very good at tipping.
mhm,
not even just that. Hoglander has been, for the guy that gets scratched probably the most on this team and like limited ice time, he makes the most out of every goddamn shift. Tonight he was on. I mean, he scored right before that. So, like if he gets that shot, like you said, he's a goddamn hero. Saturday night in Vancouver, you tie it up with a few seconds remaining.
mhm.
Yeah, he's gonna have a good night in Vancouver. Go to the Roxy, Hoglander. You deserve it.
Yeah. The I missed the first period, so I missed the JT Miller goal, but like I saw it on the old Twitter, on the Canucks Twitter.
Yeah.
B- Besides that, it seems like after that goal, like we just couldn't get a puck to the net, which was
Yeah.
it's frustrating. And I feel like it was happening against Calgary as well, and I honestly think it was happening against Ottawa as well, where we just
That's where it
couldn't get.
started, you think?
Yeah, I just don't think we can get pucks through, and I think I read something, I don't remember who said it, but it was one of the big names, and it just said teams are starting to figure out Vancouver's offense, and they're adapting to stop it, and Vancouver's just continuing doing what they know how to do. And I think
Yeah.
that's going to be the biggest telling point for this team, is if they're going to be stuck in their ways or if they can also adapt.
One, he is a he who shall not be named in the Vancouver right now. Dom, mainly because people can't pronounce his last name, but he.
Decision.
Oh wow, Prabby. No idea if that's correct. Probably wrong.
Nah, well,
Anyways,
probably wrong. Yeah.
he's been obviously touting and screaming to the off the mountaintops that regression is coming for the Canucks and everything like that. One of the things he was talking about was that we were shooting 8% from the point, which
Hmm.
was obviously going to hit
Mhm.
lower.
Hmm.
So I think that might have also like that's why it seems like we're not getting any shots through is because we were getting a lot of shots through. Like we were
Hmm.
getting a lot of like our defense and they are good at it. And there's something I think Alvin was looking for when he's making this decor was players that could step up and shoot it. Because like Ronick, even Myers, I don't know if that's just Talkit system, but he can jump into the play. Susie's been great at jumping into the play.
Yeah.
Hughes has been great at jumping into the play. And I think, yeah, it might be a little bit of regression, a little bit of, teams might be figuring out what we're doing. And I trust
Mhm.
that Talkie can figure out a way around that. And it could just be a 3-game slump too that we're reading too much into.
Well, actually, I think I was looking at some stats, and I'm pretty sure that we're top 5 for block shots, like having the opponent block our shots. So we are
Mhm.
getting quite a few shots like off, but we're not always getting them through.
Yeah.
And
Well, I can
I
imagine
think
that. We do a lot of that perimeter play, like the power play. Like we had 2 minutes in their own zone, and I don't think we got a shot in that third
no,
period.
they're too
Speaking
pretty.
speaking of the power play though, the power play this week in general was clicking at a 38%. Like we're
Mm,
tied for second in the league right now with 33.3%. Like it is going off. In that Calgary game in particular, there was I believe it was like a 4-on-4 because Calgary's penalty or power play they took a penalty on, and Vancouver had a 15-second opportunity to score on the power play. They scored on it. Like it's clinical. The movement on that thing right now is
mhm,
absolutely incredible to watch. Like Quinn Hughes is towing the line right now too. Like I think they figured it out um in the last game there with the 5-on-3 where Roenick, or not the last game, sorry, the game against the Islanders where Roenick got the 1T.
mhm.
They're figuring out now to switch with Hughes and Roenick and to like rotate that. I know Kuzmenko came back today and he wasn't on, but like when they're on together, they're starting to do that more, that movement, the switch,
Yeah.
and it's working very well for them. So
That's one thing to do. Like we were talking about this team having like a hot start. Like that pairing of Hughes and Ronick, that's brand new. They haven't even got used to each other. They're both obviously great players, but the more they
Yep.
figure
yeah,
each other out and stuff like that, because they do a lot of like great passes, like just seeing, like just anticipating where the other guy is. Like you see that a lot with Miller, Besser, Petey, and Hughes. And when Ronick like starts figuring that out as well, and he's already like
Mhm.
insane 17 assists, but I think that pair is even going to get better and better as the year goes on.
yeah,
I like the way that Hughes and Hronik just snap the puck to each other. Like they're not giving each other soft passes.
Oh yeah,
They're whipping them at each other, and each guy is just
yeah.
corralling it. It's looking nice. Like even today on Hughes' goal, I thought Hronik was taking the shot, and he just ripped it over to the towards the boards to
That
Hughes and
pass,
top cheddar.
that was
Yeah,
beautiful.
like
Like
that. Yeah.
that, it was like a hook pass. Like he was kind of like he put it so it was like out of his reach, but then just snapped it over. Yeah, like
yeah.
that was beautiful.
Yeah.
And the shot though too from Hughes, like
Mm,
Oh my god.
I don't get that. Like this guy just wakes up in spring and he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna work on my shot. And like, sure, work on your shot, because like I don't think people realize how big of a muffin this guy had. Like there was a reason he
mhm.
was like his career high is 8 goals in a season, and now he just like, yeah, I'm just gonna shoot more. Goes off. Like I think he's probably got more than 5 shot attempts per game. Definitely. Like he's just
Yeah.
shooting and it looks amazing.
He has 7 goals on the year already, and
Oh,
his season high is 8. He's gonna crush that this year if he keeps at this pace.
He's doing the Matthews slash like Bedard now. I don't know if you guys noticed it on his overtime winner against the Islanders, but he does like a
Mm.
like slight toey, and he just rips the puck, and he's been doing it all season. Does the slight toey and then just puts it top cheddar.
That goal against the Islanders, though, that looked like he was a 50 goal scorer and he was a forward.
Yep.
Yeah, like goalie didn't stand a chance. Like that was such a nice shot too. Like the little toey, like you said, didn't even move. Like it was just a perfectly placed shot, and also very poetically, the captain Quinn Hughes gets that overtime goal. His man that was supposed to be checking him was Bo Horvat, former Canuck captain.
he had that extra boost in
Uh,
him. He knew he had to do this for the storyline.
Classic. Classic, Bo.
you guys want to get into that game there, the Islanders one? Just quickly talk about that.
That was, yeah, by far the most exciting game of the week. Lived up
Yeah.
to the hype.
100%. Oh, it definitely did.
I I the whole like should we boo Horvat? Should we cheer Horvat? All that stuff. That was so I
Yeah,
was team no, I'm team cheer Horvat, by the way. Like I just want
100%.
to put that out there. I think okay, so I'm actually when I was watching the game, I was on both sides. I was like during the video package, cheer him, right? Absolutely
Yeah,
cheer him. He deserves everything. Like the guy was crying, he did a lot for the city. You got to cheer him, right? But
yeah.
when the puck's in play, buddy, it's a hockey game. I'm booing you. I'm not cheering you that
Yeah.
I think
I
and it's not even like an "I hate you," it's more of like a
No,
it's
it's an
just it's
in-game.
fun. It's fun, like, it's a fan
Just
engagement
having a
thing,
little
you know?
fun. That's it.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
Just gonna
I
boo
I
him every
actually
time.
I completely agree. Probably the last pod that Gunny and I had, I was saying that the fans shouldn't boo him, and then I don't know, I just like thought about it a little bit more. 100% on the video tribute, which by the way, Vancouver does those so well. That was such a
Yep,
great moment too to see all these fans come down to like the boards there, show Bo Horvat like their signs for him. A lot of people wearing Horvat jerseys that game,
yep,
and you could see it got to him. He was emotional, and it was just touching to see. Like the guy spent 8 years here. He gave us some really great highlights. He literally
yep.
dominated the St. Louis Blues in the bubble year, and like I have all the respect in the world for Horvat, right?
Mhm.
But yeah, the moment the game's on, man, I'm a Vancouver Canucks fan. I'm gonna boo you. Like that just makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah,
Also, it just played into a perfect like, he got a goal against us. It was just there was so much drama in this game in a good way. Obviously, Vancouver came
yep,
out on top, but yeah, what a game.
yep. Any thoughts on the Horvat game? On Diwali night? I know
On the
you're a big
Wally
fan of
night
that.
too.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. The anthem, I forgot the guy's name. Well, I should have remembered it, but he was great too. I don't
Oh,
know if
he's
you
always killing it.
does he come on like non-Diwali nights or does he just a Diwali night special? Because I only
No, he
remember.
he comes out. He comes out in other nights too. He used to be like last year, if I remember in particular, like he was doing a lot of the Saturday gigs, but like I've only seen him like that one time this year, and I feel so bad. I don't remember the guy's name either, but he is an incredible anthem singer. It's so good.
Oh yeah, he flexes on him in that. But on the game itself, we gotta talk about that Ronak absolute bomb.
Piss missile.
Wowza. It was right after. So Miller breaks our boy Kuzi with a big
Yeah.
shot right to the jaw. It didn't break the jaw, by the way.
Mhm.
Kuzi's fine, and obviously
No,
he was in the game, so it was fine. But
Iron
he
Chin.
gets him, and you got that slight thought like maybe they won't shoot it as hard. Maybe they think no, no, no. Ronak he got on that power play and he right away he's like I'm gonna shine on this.
Yeah.
That was a
107.
Sammy Sallow
Oh,
bomb. It was
blasphemy.
actually they misrecorded, by the way. It was 100.37 miles per hour.
Okay,
I think it's
well
the
done.
hardest shot this year still, or one of them.
Yeah, it's
But
over
anyways, yeah,
100. Is
that
it not
was
107's way more impressive though, so shouldn't have told me
you know
that.
what's funny though? The 5-on-3. I was like complaining about like how they run their 5-on-3. I'm like, this power play is unreal at 5-on-4. And they just like were so stagnant again. Again, like we just talked about, as soon as Ronak and Hughes switched, the movement happened. Islanders kind of got a little lost, and then he took that bomb of a shot and it went in. It was, yeah, that was incredible.
Am I mixing up the games? Was that the one also where Ian Cole saved it on the goal line?
Yep.
Yeah, that was
Shades
a
of
game too.
Willie
Yeah,
Mitchell right there.
dude, Ian Cole's done that a few times this year now. Actually, he's technically the third best goalie for the Vancouver Canucks right now.
That's Sea
Dude,
Lob's disrespect.
he is killing it. Speaking of Ian Cole, did you guys watch the video of him going to the Punjabi restaurant with Randeep Chanda?
I
Not in the
I didn't get
Did
to
intermission.
you
see
watch it?
that.
Yeah. Wait, you didn't watch it yet?
I didn't get to see it, but how was it?
Great video. It was
Yeah,
really cool to watch. Yeah, it's always dude, always like seeing players from your favorite team, like, backing up your culture. That's always dope to watch.
yeah.
He was loving the Pagode. Loving him.
Easiest way to get
Love
him.
it.
Just bring out the
Yeah.
pakoda.
Yeah, bro. Besides dude, the rest of that game, like I was on Twitter and Islanders fans were upset. Dude, they hate their head coach. Like they
Really?
hate him. They do not like him.
Who's their head coach?
I think
Brad
it's
Lambert,
Ah,
yeah.
and in
okay,
a
yeah.
biopic, Willem Dafoe could play him.
Is it Brad
Oh,
Lambert or is it Lane Lambert?
it's always
I think it's
disrespectful to say William Dafoe could play
Brad?
someone.
Hold on.
dude. How is that disrespect? Like that's a great actor.
He's a great actor, but that's not why you're saying it. Because he looks like William
yeah,
Dafoe.
yeah. It's also Willem,
Islanders, I feel
but
like they're just so tired of being mid. Because like that's all they are.
yeah.
They'll
Fact.
compete for the playoffs. They will not do anything in the playoffs, and they have sold everything. They got 30-plus-year-olds exclusively on their team. Like, and I don't even hate the Islanders or anything, but they're
No.
like they got that nice core of
Yeah.
Barzell, Dobson, and Sorokin, and then it's
Mhm.
just the geriatrics. The rest of them are just the old folks home.
Dude, they
The
got
rest of
Kyle
their
Palmieri on
decor,
their team.
the rest of their decor is sick too. Like
Yeah,
Mayfield,
Dobson.
and they got Dobson, Pulak. Like that's a sick decor. Do have to say it is Lane Lambert. So
Oh, it is? Okay, my
yeah,
bad.
yeah. I just googled. I think Brad Lambert's a actual like hockey player, like a
Oh.
prospect. Yeah. So
Oh, cool.
you weren't
I
completely
know my
wrong.
prospects.
He's a Finnish
But
ice hockey player.
the Islanders are one of those teams that just like they have it. Like like you're saying, like they have the Barzell, they have Dobson, and they have the Sorokin. What I don't know what's going on with them. Like
Well, the rest of the team's
this
just
isn't.
bad,
Yeah, I also
and
don't
they
like
can't
how they're
score.
running. They're running Varlamov and Sorokin. I think at this point, you could probably get rid of one of them to get some cap space to get help elsewhere. And also, nobody. I feel like nobody wants to play for the Islanders.
It's still in
Well,
New
why would you
York.
wanna play in why would you wanna play with the Islanders when you could play at MSG with the Rangers?
They
Yeah,
still got the New York
that's a
thing
big
though.
thing.
But like, hey, if you come
Yeah,
here,
for
you're living in
sure,
New
but
York with a lot of options. Like, you could end up in Winnipeg. Honestly, Islanders aren't that bad. I don't think
that's
Islanders
fair.
are on
Hey,
a lot of teams no trade list or
hey,
anything like
I'm gonna
that.
say you something.
Yeah,
As somebody who's been to Winnipeg, his fair share, great city.
really.
Oh
Winnipeg,
my
As someone that's
Winnipeg
never
is
been
a
to Winnipeg, terrible
great
city.
city.
Probably one of the
No,
Oh,
worst.
yeah.
Winnipeg is a great city, have an awesome downtown. Their arena situation is foul. Like the placement of where they play hockey should not exist. Like I don't understand how that was passed. Besides that, the city and like the people there super nice.
Huge
Winnipeg's a great place.
Winnipeg guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Winnipeg's
didn't
It's
know
just
this until tonight.
if
I don't
I
even
could
want to trash talk Winnipeg anymore. I didn't know this was your. There's a little soft spot for the guy
Yeah.
I'd rather play in Winnipeg than Edmonton, Calgary, and Ottawa. I'd
as
say
a
that.
city
Yeah. Like I'd rather like
Over
play
Ottawa?
over Ottawa too.
or Calgary too.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
haven't. I've been to Edmonton and Calgary, but I've never been to Winnipeg. But just the stories
I'd
I
rather
hear.
play I'd rather play in Edmonton, Calgary, and Ottawa over Winnipeg,
I remember The
personally,
No.
but
Simpsons went to Winnipeg during their one of their million episodes they've done, and the sign
yeah.
for them was "Welcome to Winnipeg. We were born here. What's your excuse?"
It's fair too, honestly. But for me, dude, I really like
What's your
Winnipeg.
excuse?
This guy's just a huge so
Yeah,
sidetracked.
well.
What were we even talking about?
Well,
No,
okay,
we
let's get
switched to
back
the
on track with this
yeah, yeah,
game.
yeah.
Brock Besser's power play goal. By the way, the Canucks went 3 for 6 on the power play in this game, 50%. Unreal. Besser gets it right in the bumper slot or the bumper spot, sorry, where Horvat used to be. And like, dude, Besser's scoring legit Besser goals this year. I know he has a couple of empty net goals, but the fact that he's right up there, man. He's got 13. I believe Kyle Connor took the sole lead tonight. He has 14 goals in the year, but Besser being tied for second. It's just incredible, man.
I think can't skip over that JT Miller pass though.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I should have. Yeah, credit where
That
credit's due there, man. That was
that pass was feathery.
yeah.
Feathery, dude. I couldn't when he just flicked it up like what a foot and a half, 2 feet, man. He flicks it up and it lands right on Besser's wheelhouse. If he missed that, also Besser misses a lot of those. I do have to say, like he does miss the net quite a bit. But if he missed that, oh, if I was JT Miller, I would have yelled at him. I would have done the Delia incident all over again.
I think Miller got a
Smack my
really nice
stick.
pass to
I'm like, get
PDG
off
in
the
this game
ice.
too, and PDG did the same thing. He just missed it. But I was like, "It's PDG. Right? You just here to grind it out, baby." Nah,
Dude,
that's
that guy,
disrespectful.
even tonight against the Kraken, like again, he fits that line so well. And I don't want to throw shade. Miller gives him a beautiful pass, and he's coming up the right side. He waits for 2 seconds, curls and drags. Easy save for fucking Philip Grubauer. Like it was just a nothing burger of a chance at that point. If it was Besser, maybe something different, but it would be kind of nice if we had a guy that could forecheck like PDG, but had a little bit better finishing.
This guy's asking too much. PDG's perfect for that line. He
I, w-
grinds it out. He gets the puck,
I
and he's not great on the boards, and that's where Besser
Oh,
really,
he is. He
really
is.
shines.
No, that part makes that line for sure. I would like a little bit more finishing, but I can't even shit talk him because Beauvillier is just that much worse. So
That's good.
Oh,
There it
here we
is.
go again.
25 minutes into the
I
pod. It took him that long. He held his restraint.
yeah, no, that's all I'll say for now. But
If Beauvillier scores 2 goals against the Sharks, can we wax your mustache?
I'll just shave it. How's that?
Nah,
No,
Is
I
it
wanna
that
wax it.
bad? It's
that's
not
not.
that bad, boys.
Ah, I'm not talking about it on the pod. I won't
Well,
disrespect
you
my
got
friend.
a you got a beard, and so do you, Prabby. So I mean, like, of course, you guys are gonna have a skewed view. When I see this, I think I look great. Okay,
Hey, if you think you look great, own up, all
that's
right?
all that matters.
You
My
do
mom
you.
says I'm a
You
handsome boy.
you look like you sneezed too hard and the middle, like, hairs just fucking flew off your face.
I sneeze too hard. You know the worst part is, Prabby, when I sneeze that hard, nobody says bless me. Okay. Oh God, I get no respect. Uh, anyways, though. Yeah, do you guys want to talk about the Calgary game here? You guys saw most of it, I believe. I saw the first period in a bit. It just again,
You
it just
missed a
seemed
large
like the
chunk of
boys
this
were
game.
fatigued.
They didn't look
It
good though.
was no, no.
They did
Yeah.
not.
It was all downhill after they, what's it called? After they got that power play goal, man.
Well, they were scoring
They
first
just
in a
Yeah.
lot of these games too, like this game too. So
Yeah,
that
yeah.
might be, the fatigue factors setting in.
You know,
true.
the one thing I was gonna ask you guys, like, obviously he's not injured, and I don't know if it was just like he cut the loss because he saw Pedersen taking the clap bomb. Markstrom didn't even try on
That
that
was
Mhm.
Pedersen
very
bomb.
surprising. I didn't know it went in just because he didn't
Yeah.
move.
No, I didn't think so either, but it's like he looked over to his left. He's like, "Oh, it's Petey. It's going in." And before you know, it's in and out of the net. But yeah, that was a very surprising, like, I don't know, non-attempt, I guess, by Markstrom. It was just interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. It looked very bad though. The fact that he didn't react whatsoever.
Yeah,
Maybe
there's a
just
little bit
didn't
of,
want to waste energy. Maybe he's
I
thinking
guess
smart.
so.
Yeah, he was fine the rest of
That
the game.
Pospisil too was getting into it with Miller a little bit. Seemed like a bit of a chippy game from what I saw. But again, yeah. Oh, the other thing actually within this game, Linus Carlson on his birthday, at
Mhm.
happy belated birthday, Linus Carlson, got
He
called
didn't
up, and
do shit.
apparently he was, what's that? Sorry.
Nothing. I was just being
Oh,
mean.
I heard he was playing with Hoglander and he looked all right. It seemed like he was playing all right because people on the old Twitter were praising his work, and
Mhm.
yeah, I know, probably a pretty cool moment for the kid.
I wanna I wanna swing back to the Pedersen thing. At what point do we get worried about his shooting? Because he's not shooting as much as he usually likes to shoot, and when he is shooting, it's not the shooting that we've become, like, accustomed to seeing.
Are you talking about his wrist shot
Great
not
point.
being there? Because the slap
Yeah.
shot had been there, but because
It,
he's been doing the one tees and
shots
he's
in
he's
general.
he's always been that one tee. He prima donna. He needs it perfect, right in his wheel.
Yeah.
But yes, the wristers, like the curl cut to the middle,
Mhm.
bar down, PD. I think it was. I think it happened in the first like 3 games, and then he admitted that he wasn't 100%. So I
Mm.
don't know what
Hmm.
if that's still lingering or not. Guy's still leading the league in points. So
Oh, true, but
Yep.
even the goal against Calgary, like, the reason I didn't know it went in is because it was just along the ice the whole time.
no,
Like,
Hmm.
you Petey gets that up, and he'll probably put that bar down or, at least, like, halfway up the net, but it was just on the ice the whole time, and that's why I was, like, confused that it went in, and it's been happening for a while now, and people on Twitter are talking about it too. I think I mean, you can't afford to sit him at this point. Like you just
No, no.
can't. The team lost Carson Soucy and fucking we're defensively we're in shambles right now. Right?
Yeah.
If you said Pedersen, bro, like
Oh
I'm
my
getting a
god, I don't even
Macklin
want to know.
jersey. but
I
but
think we can
yeah.
trust that they're not playing him like super. It's not like he's making it worse or anything like that.
Hmm.
It's something obviously he can play through, and
Hmm.
the fact that he's leading while playing through, hopefully, like when he is all good, then that shot comes back, like he's gonna be an even bigger threat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what though? Like, this is obviously noticeable in his game. He's definitely not shooting as much. This is just a minor concern right now, especially with like the game tonight when you need a goal and no one's shooting and we're all just passing around, and maybe Seattle blocks the lane really well or whatever, and it's tough for Vancouver to find that perfect spot to like get a open shooting lane. But Vancouver in general is a very passive team when it comes to that. Like they love passing it around to get the perfect opportunity. And I've complained about it before, but I would love for them just to shoot more in general. Like again, I talk about these Kings teams that won the cups in 2012 and 2014. They just shot it on the wall, created havoc up in front, and sometimes they would get greasy goals and garbage goals. But like, it doesn't matter how pretty they are, how ugly they are. A goal's a goal. Like, just start shooting it a little bit more. Even Kuzmenko, like he's very selective with his shots. I'd love to
That's
see
the
some of these
hurricane
guys
method.
shoot more.
Carolina just peppers. Pretty sure
Yeah.
that's their whole goal. That's what Rod the Bod chooses to do. I don't know. I feel like we have enough skilled shooters, and I feel like that was one of the reasons people kept like that didn't watch the games are talking about like, oh, our shooting percentage and all that is high, is that we are a very selective team on our shots, and it's worked for us.
Yeah.
Especially this year, it's worked out for us. They shoot when they really want to, and it has been frustrating for years. I remember, like, what was it, 3 years ago? We were like fourth in power play, and we were still calling for Jason King to get out because we were so mad about how bad the power play
Yeah.
looked while we were fourth in the league.
Yeah.
And like this year, it's a big difference. So you can tell, even though we're same percentage or even a little just a little bit higher, but the movement and stuff like that has been ridiculous, and we love trying to break down the defensive group. And that's what I mean. Like Seattle, maybe teams are knowing that about us and just, clogging up the lanes. And we got to overcome that. But I don't think we're going to be the team that peppers. I just don't think that's us.
No, and I'm not even saying like it. Okay, it obviously depends on the score and the whole like situation within a game. I'm saying with like 2 minutes to go tonight, and you're down by a couple of goals, and the clock is just ticking. Like shoot the puck. You have to.
Oh,
You have to get 2
Yeah.
goals.
they do not have it in them. Like,
Yeah.
if you remember the Tampa game at the beginning of the year, it was just PD and Hughes in the last like 10 seconds passing back and forth to each other. Neither one shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just let
Mind-boggling.
It's just who they are. Yeah, they should switch it, but it's just not something that they're able to do.
I'm not one of those people, but maybe I should get a lower bowl ticket and glass bang. Yell at them to shoot.
Yeah, man.
Shoot.
God.
All the suits don't care.
Shoot it.
They don't know hockey well enough like you, ready to get out there. Just a big shout. Shoot the puck.
Then they'll hear me finally. Do you guys want to get up onto the Canucks injury front here?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, because yeah, you guys have already mentioned it here. Bluger is recently back. By the way, his play of recent, I feel like Bluger's been pretty good so far. It's probably going to take
Yeah.
him a few more games to kind of get situated, but I still like Bluger's play and like
Fourth line, clock in, clock out. Teddy Bluger.
exactly.
All we ask of you, all we need from you, all we expected from you, and all we love about you, buddy. All right, get in there and do your damn job, Teddy Bluger, and he will. Good man.
Yeah.
Oh, he is good, but yeah, no, he's been back since the Habs game, which he had a couple of egregious turnovers.
He had
but
one
that's okay.
egregious turnover. All right, everyone gets one. All right?
Yeah, I
Like,
know they do. Myers
Bryn
has
Hughes
a
had
few
one?
too, right?
I was about to say Tyler Myers gets
Yeah.
like 7.
he doesn't get
Yeah.
7. We start yelling at him after one. No, I'm just saying, Teddy Bluger, that's his one. Chalked it up.
Lock it up.
Yo, you know
Yeah,
how
anyways.
you know how shocking it is when Tyler Myers puts the puck down the ice and it has that perfect curl to not be icing? And every time I'm sitting there, I'm like, you can do that? Since when can
Yeah.
you do that? Where did that come from? And then you already
Dude.
know, like, if I'm Gary Bettman in that situation, I'm testing you for fucking performance enhancing drugs right after the game. I'm like, how the hell did you pull that off? I've seen you play. That's not in your arsenal.
He's got that like you. He's got it like 4 games a year where he realizes that he is actually good at hockey. And I don't know. I don't know what clicks. I don't know if it's what he eats that day. If someone tells him something, or he just gets possessed. But 4 games a year, you're like, wow, this guy is great. Like he's got the puck moving, the puck skills, the shooting, the pinching's beautiful. Like it's insane when he has
He's
that game.
shifty. He's shifty.
That's
I
the
love
thing.
him.
the puck out.
He's shifty. Like that's insane. when he's on.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
He'll skate the puck out, and you're like, "Pass the puck, pass the puck, pass the puck," and he just skates it up, and then he gives him a quick little whoop, and he fucking goes to the left, bro, and he breaks it in. You're like, what am I watching?"
Oh,
Dude, the separation that guy has too when like he has someone on him. You know how like Quinn Hughes does like the quick like 180, but then will cut back and then he completely like gets that guy to like not know where he is on the ice.
Yeah.
Myers will do that, but because he's big, it's like turning a boat around. But when he does it, because of how big he is and how like long his stick is, he actually just destroys that guy too. It's incredible to watch. Like,
he starts
Yeah.
spinning at our
yeah,
blue line. He ends up at the other blue line. Like it's simple.
yeah, dude, it's a 3-point turn.
I'm gonna miss this
Uh,
guy when we don't have him anymore, man. It's, we're just gonna
oh
look
yeah,
back at the good times with him.
man, he's already everything he's ever done as a Canuck. Nothing will top the Duncan Keith hit.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Like
yeah, that's
$36
all-timer.
million hit right there.
that contract, worth it right there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna watch
Um
that tonight.
Back a little back on track here though, boys. Yeah, so Bluger's back. You guys already mentioned it, but Carson Soucy being out 6 to 8 weeks,
That's a
lower
tough one.
body injury.
Mhm.
It's a lot tougher than what I was expecting, to be honest. Like Hirose looked okay tonight. He had a couple of turnovers as well. I know it's his first game in the NHL this season, but
Yep.
it seems like with him being out 6 to 8 weeks, we're gonna have to do something about that, and maybe it might fast forward a trade here with the Flames potentially getting either Tanev or Zadorov. Those are the rumors currently.
Rumors of
Out of
wanting
these two
Hoglander
defensemen,
too.
yeah, I know that's what I've heard too. I don't like that, but I mean, he's low cost and he's of value.
I don't give a shit. Nikita Zadorov is not that good of a defenseman. I
No,
see
but
Flames fans saying, like, "I want a first-round pick. I want a
yeah.
fucking first for Chris Tanev." Shut up. You're not getting nothing, bro. What position are you in to ask other people for something? Like, they're fucking gone after the season regardless. Like, everybody and their fucking mom knows that Zadorov and Tanev are not coming back.
I don't know if you guys
And
follow NBA. Like,
moms
do
are
you guys know
notable
about the
Flames
Rudy
fan.
Gobert trade? Like where he got traded for like 5 firsts and like an absolute
Yeah.
king's ransom, and like that
Yeah.
messed up the trade market in the NBA. Ben Sherratt for a first did that to the NHL market. Like teams,
That's true.
Yeah.
like like this guy's a defenseman and he breeds, so you're paying a first for him now. Like that was it for it. Like after Ben Sherratt, so I don't know if like the buyers need to like clamp down and be like we're not doing it anymore, but it's also very
Well,
early in the season, so I don't know if that changes the price.
Luke
D
Shen went for a third, so you gotta hope that's kind of balanced out a little bit. But I think giving up a first for Zadorov or Tanev is just it's such a stupid play.
I don't think we're
I
gonna
Like,
do
think
it either.
Tanev's a second for sure. I don't know how good Zadorov
oh,
is, to be honest. I've never actually seen
He's 6'6".
none of
too
them.
much of Zadorov's play.
Tanev is not young enough to get a fucking first round pick.
No, I
There's
agree.
there's no way. Zadorov, also honestly, left-handed Tyler Myers. Left-handed Tyler Myers. I've seen him. I've seen him. Left-handed Tyler Myers. He just skates fast. I will say this. I will 100% say this. Zadorov, I think, like, for me, better player than what I'm probably giving him credit for. But the fact I keep seeing Flames fans saying we were only accepting a first and nothing else. Like, buddy, you don't have a say in this. Like, he's gone. They're not coming back. At the end of the day, the biggest thing that people are saying is, okay, like, why would you give up an asset when you can get them cap space at the end of the season regardless?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, that's what
So
I've seen as well.
He's already
I'm
requested a
sorry.
trade and everything. It's like we were giving
Oh,
away Connor Garland. We were at least
yeah.
nice about that. We stopped. We stopped right
You get a
away.
Connor Garland.
Yeah, we
You
were
get
saying
a Connor Garland.
anyone can have him for free. Let him go. You gotta have that kind of mindset at this point for Calgary, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The team, nobody wants to play there. The team sucks. Or they're kind of on a bender right now, but
All right,
honestly,
this is just
yeah,
piling
this is
on.
good.
This is piling. No, I'm about to pile on more. That's what I'm about
Okay,
to say.
okay, okay,
I'm just
okay.
giving the disclaimer.
Hmm?
This is a piling on someone that doesn't deserve it as much. Where you guys see Huberdeau shootout attempt?
No.
Yeah, that was
He just kind of lost the
oof.
puck, and man, I felt bad for him.
I
Like
at this point, it's yeah. I feel bad for him more than I want to. Like I wasn't even shitting on him before. I was just like, oh my god, that sucks for the Flames. Like jokes on you guys. Like you guys signed him or whatever, right?
Mhm.
Seeing him on the bench where he got benched for the third and his head is just down. I felt terrible for him as a human, man. That is,
Oh yeah.
I know he's making a bunch of money and people are like, oh, like you can't be sad. It's like, dude, get that guy out of there. He's a good player still for sure. That's still in him.
Mhm.
He's at an all-time low in confidence and he's got to figure it out. Hopefully he can with the Flames, but it's rough
It
there
has
right
to be
now.
with the Flames. There's literally nowhere else
Yeah.
that contract is staying there.
Flames give you
Yeah.
4 firsts. Are you taking that Huberdeau contract?
No, you're sinking your team for that 8 years. Then
No, because I think
Yeah.
Huberdeau in a different situation probably thrives. He's playing
Oh,
with Kadri.
100%.
He's playing with fucking Kadri. He's
Kadri's not
playing with
playing
a
good anywhere.
he's playing with a half checked out Elias Lindholm. He's playing with a fully checked out Nikita Zadorov. Like
A fully
you
checked out Nikita Zadorov and probably a mostly checked out Chris Tanev.
and honestly,
bro,
too is like he went from Florida beaches and everything to Calgary, like which like
yeah,
we've been talking about it, but like that's a switch up right there.
Oh yeah.
You franchise
bro.
leading for them, 115 points setting records, and it's like here you go, Calgary.
You you gotta. I feel bad for him because he played with like what he was playing with Barkov and he was playing with
Barkov.
like Verhage and Kachuk and
He
all
wasn't
this
playing with
stuff. And
Kachuk.
then
It's his style of play.
oh right, not Kachuk. Kachuk was part of the fucking trade.
As he's
But
playing with,
Yeah.
I think it was the decor that
Barkov,
really helped too.
Reinhardt, yeah, and like it was okay. He was also wasn't getting paid like he was their number one option, and I think that really benefited him quite a bit. Like now
But
you're getting paid 10.5 million, and you
Yeah.
can't produce, and it's he needs one of those like sports psychologists or something like that because
Yeah.
oh, they're all over
I,
Twitter. Don't worry about it. He can just reach
dude,
out to
he's
any of them.
yeah, facts. He's a good player, and
Oh, yeah.
he's in a shit situation in Calgary. Like, and I
But
feel bad for him.
this just shows too, like it might not even just be the coach in Calgary. It's just like the environment in general with that team. There's a funk on that team, man. They lost Daryl
There's a
Sutter, and like
funk
everyone
on
was
that
like,
city. All right,
"Yeah,
that's whole
funk on that
city's
city." Yeah,
fuck.
There's a
How are
funk on the
you,
whole province. Let's just keep
bro? Yeah,
going.
how do you wake up and be like just knowingly being like I'm the second best city in Alberta? Like
You,
how does that work?
you don't have a
That's
choice.
disgusting. You're
but
the
no, like
second best city in the province. That's the worst like province in this fucking country.
Go off,
you go
Bradley.
from Sutter to Ryan Huska, like, and shit's still not changed. Like it's the exact same for them. Like they're still struggling. They lost it tonight against a slumping Islanders team. Islanders broke their losing streak there, and like, I don't. Yeah, just seeing the shootout attempt, like it's just. I know he scored a goal against us in the Flames game there, but like, you would think that would garner a little confidence, and it's just like right back to like nothing. Like he just, I don't know. He just doesn't seem like he's having fun out there.
Just have some fun. That's all we're asking.
Good.
Speaking of guys who's not having fun, just gonna shit talk him again. Connor McDavid has sold my fantasy team week after week after week. He doesn't do anything. Do you know how crap it feels? I don't even know why I chose not to swear there. You look, they've scored 4 goals. You click the score app, you click it, and he doesn't have a single point.
You pick up Derek Ryan.
Like Derek Ryan, you're getting outpointed by a guy with 2 first names. Like whatever his injury is, like I'm not even gonna go on about it. Just
Hey,
I hate
let
that.
me just let me just read you the stat line for tonight here, buddy, against the Lightning. Connor McDavid today, 23 minutes time on ice, 0 points, -2, 8 shot attempts, 2 penalties drawn. Yeah, halfway through November, and apparently he's on pace for 76 points. That's from Big Head Hockey on Twitter.
Guys washed. Send me trade offers. Anyone in the league?
I'll give you Charlie
Yeah.
McAvoy.
Charlie McAvoy. I actually had no idea who that was for a sec. I was completely blanked on who the hell Charlie McAvoy was.
I'm
That
pretty
is
sure it was a tier 2 Don Decision ranking.
that is the most generic name of all time. Like
We got to get
Charlie
back to the
McAvoy.
Canucks. We got to
Yeah,
talk
no,
about
we do. Yeah,
P.S.
Gotta get
yeah.
Suter
back
not
on
playing
something.
hockey.
Let me just say
Yeah.
the most
Randomly.
random thing, just right here, right now, because I don't know where to
Yeah.
segue this in, because I don't want to disrespect the team again. I was watching with my friend Mitch the Calgary game, and he
Mhm.
says to me that he thought Hoglander's name was Homelander. fair
Yeah.
mistake to make, I guess. And he promised me that he's heard the announcer say it. So I listened all game, and like we were even rewinding sometimes, and he was saying Hoglander. So I was like, whatever. Mitch just misheard it. Today, 155 left in the second, when Hoglander goes and gets that crossbar, Shorty
Yeah.
says Homelander. The
Did
proof's
he?
there. The proof is there. Anyone that
Proof's
wants
in
to
the pudding.
find it, it is there. But he
Oh
has
my
said
god.
Homelander, and I believe he said it in the past too, to confuse my poor friend Mitch. All right, so that's it.
Hmm.
That's all I had to say to distract from this. You can go back to it. I'm just saying that's it.
Maybe Hoglander's evil. We don't know it.
Shorthouse
Anyways,
does.
um, yeah. So Pia Suter, I don't know if you guys have seen anything on it, but he has. I'm assuming it's an undisclosed injury because I haven't heard like what it is, or he's missed the Islanders game, Flames game, and now the Kraken game.
I feel like he just woke up and was just like, I can't play hockey. Just didn't say
I
anything
don't
else.
think that's the case, man, because I mean, Pia Suter was playing amazing. He was hot
No,
there
no,
for a
no, no,
bit.
no. I'm not saying it like that, but I'm saying like I didn't see anything in any of the games or nothing like that. I haven't seen anything like,
Yeah.
oh, he got hurt in practice. Like what happened?
Scored 3
He's
goals in
Yeah.
3 games, and he's like, I'm done.
so yeah, that's my contract.
That's it. Ted, you guys have Teddy Bluger now. You don't need me anymore, is what he said.
Theodore Bluger.
Yeah, we gotta start calling him
But yeah, no,
Theodore.
the Canucks are like we've been pretty lucky on the injury front so far. Like
Yeah,
it's
you better
again
knock on
Carson
wood right
Soucy's
now. That is.
uh Carson Soucy is a tough one to lose because it's a top 4 D man, and obviously the Canucks are gonna need to do either make a move or figure out what to do. Also, why the hell are we playing or not playing Friedman over Juleson?
I like Jolson. As we
You're
know.
the only one that likes Juleson.
I'll tell
I
you what,
no
all
no.
right? I'll tell you what, all right?
All right.
Whatever, somebody took a run at Pedersen. Oh, McCann took a run at Pedersen and Jolson put him on his ass.
Well, that was also
Yeah.
because Juleson hit McCann beforehand, and then McCann decided to take a run at PD because he didn't want to take a run at. He thought he was in that
Jolson.
tier. You can't go on PD.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, real quick. You see when Yamamoto like tripped Pedersen, there was no call, and then he tripped him again, and then there was a call, and Pedersen was like, slapping his stick on the ice. I don't know if it was towards Yamamoto or the ref, but he was slapping it on the ice, like, yeah, good call, good call, good call. He was not happy about it.
The Elliot Friedman actually after the game was just talking about how like there's been a few missed calls of like tripping on Pedersen this year. Talking about like the Rangers one where he did the toe drag and got tripped up, and then this game there was like 2 of them, I believe. The one you're
Mhm.
talking about, the Yamamoto one, and a couple other ones, and it's just he is a player that is very elusive and very he's tough to guard in this league or defend in this league. And you know, if the refs actually were to call games by the book, Pedersen could probably draw like 2 penalties per game easily.
I'd honestly say
But
like 4. He's taking
Yeah,
yeah,
like
it could
that's
be.
cross
any
checks.
superstar, man. They
Yeah.
yank him and toss him all the time.
Yeah, but the way the game has to be called or whatever, it's just like it's a joke, man. Like I know I'm not asking for Vancouver to get like 80 power plays, sorry, per game,
Still
but
broke
like
on that one.
I
80,
know.
80 power plays.
Shorthouse and Dave were both talking about that during the Islanders game, where they're talking about
Were they
like
as well?
was it the Islanders game or the Calgary game? They were discussing that, like how that they say it in the most subtle way because they can't just straight up say the league calls it, but they're saying you know how it goes. We've been watching for a long time and stuff like that. So it made me laugh. Like it's just open secret, pretty much that
Well,
the
here's
call's
the
coming.
thing. They can commentate like that. They just choose not to because they're like obviously all broadcasts are professional, but Shorthouse does a really good job at like showcasing to both teams. Where like dude, I hear like other guys.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
have you ever heard the Avalanche commentator?
no, I've only ever heard people talk
Dude,
about them.
when Rantanen scores, okay, it's like Rantanen with the puck scores, okay,
Okay,
and then after that, it'll be like Pedersen scores. That's actually how he commentates it. It's nuts.
Oh, are we talking about how much of a homer he is?
Yeah, like it's
Yeah.
fine to be a homer, but like that is
Mikko
ridiculous to me.
Rantanen, bar down. And then he's like, Pedersen scores. I'm like,
Yeah, it's just
fuck.
like
Screw
the
that.
balloon gets deflated, man. It's crazy.
I want to bring up one quick thing because we're getting to the point that I think we're going to wrap it up. This is
Yep.
the Kraken's only visit to Vancouver this year. Are we going to talk about that?
How does that work?
Did we visit them 3 times?
We visit them twice.
Okay.
This is their only visit. So you're like, this is supposed to be a rivalry in the NHL,
Mhm.
and you're only having them come to Vancouver once. Does that not make any sense?
It truly doesn't. We should be playing them like the most out of all the other Pacific rival or
Well, we have
division
4 against the Oilers. I know
teams.
that because we already
Mhm.
played
Yep.
them 3 times. We got the one at the end of the year. So
I'm looking at the
Mhm.
schedule. We play them next Friday, in Seattle, and then if I'm
Yep.
going down, I'm going down. I'm going down. We play them February 22nd in Seattle, and then we don't play them again after.
we play them 4 times in April when we sweep them.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, true,
There
true,
we
true,
go.
true, true.
There we go. Freddie,
Wow.
sign me out. Sign us out right now, right?
That's gonna do it for the but no, yeah, like again, to recap, like this week, it was still an overall good week. We won the game that we had to win in the Islanders game. I thought that was a very fitting one to win. Sucks that we
Mhm.
lost against the Flames and the Kraken, but again, boys, like we've said, I'm not worried about this team. Like this team
No.
is a confident group, and you could see it with the way Miller talks to the guys, the way Hughes holds himself within this group. It's just a schedule issue. It is every year, and this year's supposed to be a better schedule. But judging by what's happening here, we're going to be playing our 4th back-to-back. I'm back on what the fuck is the NHL doing to us? So
Yeah,
I feel like they don't even out the schedule for every team. Like one team just has to have that sacrifice of a terrible schedule, and every year
yeah.
they're like, it's them. It has to be
Well,
Vancouver.
again, I know I've said this before, but you know, when I saw the schedule get released, I'm like, oh, we're home for the first time, like in like forever. And then it's like, oh
yeah,
yeah, and then you still have that Eastern Road swing that you always get at the start of the year. Why not give that to like Edmonton or Calgary, or like some other team? Like let us like not have a back to back till December or something. It's just it's ridiculous. And like again, the scheduling for that Islanders to Flames game is a joke. Like whoever did that should be fired. Like,
yeah.
that's
Hey, the
ridiculous.
schedule makers honestly have a hard job though. They have to
I'm
juggle a
sure they
lot.
do.
NBA, that I
Yep,
just I
but
don't think they should be
that
fired.
one's bad.
I don't think they should be fired. I don't believe they
We
should be fired from their job. I think they should be
we need
allowed
to.
to keep their livelihood.
My laptop's gonna die, so we need to.
Okay,
Really?
I'll wrap this up here. This guy loves the schedule makers, by the way.
Yeah, we need this is enough. 10 more minutes of this.
My dad's a
Oh,
schedule
God.
maker.
Oh,
And
okay, well, you
defending
know
my
what?
father.
Actually, I
Yo,
love him.
end this pod
Imagine
2
people.
minutes
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. I
All
was ready to
right,
end it after you said try to wrap it up. I'm
Yeah,
buzzing or
dude.
some shit.
all right, okay. Well, that's gonna do it for this podcast. Again, thank you guys so much for listening. You could follow us at Instagram and X or Twitter at What the Nuck Pod, and our YouTube channel and TikTok at What the Nuck. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll talk to you guys again next week.